I'm Scott. I design, build, and repair woodworking pieces. I'm opening up the doors to my shop to help you become a better woodworker. Welcome back to this woodworking tool cabinet project. In a previous episode, I covered off how to put the dividers in this drawer gallery, and now what I'm going to do is take on building the drawers with curved drawer fronts. If you'd like to follow along on this project, you can click the link below to subscribe, and you'll be notified when the next videos come out. To build these curved drawer fronts, there are two ways to do that. One is to laminate several thin pieces of wood together, and the other is to use solid stock, and that's what I'm doing today. I've got this 2-inch piece of maple, and it's got some nice figure in the wood. And what I'm hoping to do is get one section to go across the top with a continuous grain pattern across the 3 drawers. And then I'll have another piece across the bottom for the 4 drawers. So my first step is to select the pieces I want for those to avoid defects and optimize that grain pattern, and then I can start laying out the curve on these pieces. I've got some defects here and here and here. These are actually grooves in the wood, so I can't get around those. So these I need to cut out. And what that does is it leaves me with ripping down the wood here and here to select these 2 drawers. Now I'll take out the drawer gallery and use that to mark the curves on the fronts. I mark in 3/4 of an inch from the back, and then what I do is I align that up to the curve on both ends, and that gives me the exact placement that I can use to trace the curve. Then I just set it back on that back corner here and then trace again. Before I start up the bandsaw, I'm just checking that my dust collection is working. I'm showing you the cutting with the bandsaw in real time, just to give you an idea of how long it takes to get through a cut like this. I didn't really push it, I just let the bandsaw do the cutting, but it worked through this hard maple really well. So with this curve cut, I need to smooth the front, and that's the first of 4 steps. The second step is to cut each of these drawers into sections while I still have that back edge. Then I need to put a rabbet in here to accept the sides for the drawers. And once I've got that rabbet established, then I can cut this inside curve. So that inside curve is the last thing I want to cut out because I need the square edge to do everything else. If you've never worked with a spokeshave before, you might find this interesting. This was a really rough cut before I got the spokeshave out. And this is another section where I didn't speed this up. This is 35 seconds to get all these saw marks out with a spokeshave. It's a tool that can really work well for you if you've got it sharp. With that curve smoothed out, what I can do now is lay it on top here and make sure that the profile I'm looking for is coming along. Now that I'm happy with the curve on the drawer fronts, I can cut them to size to fit in the drawer gallery. So with these drawer fronts fit in the drawer gallery, you start to get a preview of what this is going to look like. The grain pattern is coming across here, and there's a bit of balance here between the dark maple here and here. so it adds a little bit of visual contrast. I'm really happy with how my vision for this cabinet is starting to shape up. Unfortunately, I need to take a break from building this cabinet because I've got commissions coming in and I need to focus on my business. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. If you're enjoying these videos, if this is too detailed or not detailed enough. Future videos would cover off the drawers behind these drawer fronts, some of the space up here where I'm going to organize the tools and planes, and I've got doors to build with storage on those as well. And my plan for this cabinet is to make it adjustable so that as I get more tools over the next few decades, I can adjust these as I go, and this becomes a lifelong woodworking cabinet. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe below. And if you have subscribed, click on the bell and you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Until next time, enjoy your time in the wood shop.